because they've been tested since I spoke yesterday. So we are getting the results of negative test results from the state BOL, the Bureau of Laboratories, as well as the private laboratories that are testing. Okay, and I want to make it clear that we expect to see a continued increase in the number of people that are tested, and that by itself is not necessarily a bad sign. As testing becomes more available, we'll be testing more people, so the number whose tests are pending will continue to increase. I think the most important number for you to follow is the number of people whose tests are positive. We fully expect that the large majority of people who are tested will end up testing as negative. So that's the information about new cases. Then information about new guidance and recommendations. There is new guidance for long-term care facilities about steps that they can take to protect that vulnerable population that we will be circulating and pushing out to long-term care facilities today. There is new guidance that the Centers for Disease Control put out late last night regarding school closures. This guidance is very important if you haven't seen it. It recommends in a situation like ours in Philadelphia that they're not recommending school closures because there's no evidence that at this time of the epidemic at this stage that protects the city and that they are very disruptive. Third, this is now important. We know that there's many people in the public who are concerned about this, have many questions, have been calling the health department and calling their health care provider and other people. So we have worked with the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia's Poison Control Center to establish a hotline for anyone who has any sorts of questions about COVID-19 coronavirus. Anyone can call this number, 1-800-722-7112, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to get any kind of questions they want answered regarding COVID-19 coronavirus. This is done again by the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia Poison Control Center, working in coordination with the health department. Finally, let me just remind people what I said before and messages we want to continue to get out to the typical people here in the city of Philadelphia, and that is that this infection is spread between someone who has the infection and someone who is not through close personal contact. The two most common symptoms are fever and a dry cough. So if you have fever and a dry cough, stay away from other people. If you have fever and a dry cough and you have some reason to believe that you were exposed because you may have traveled to a heavily affected area or you've been in close contact with someone who's known to have this infection, then contact your physician about getting tested. Okay, so that's my update, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Yes?
Regarding the schools, we know that today 53 of them were closed. Do you expect to have more schools closed next week? And if so, are you going to do something about the kids that are not going to be able to attend and teachers around?
Yeah, so I can only give you information from the health department's perspective, and I can say from a public health perspective, we do not think it is necessary to close schools in the city of Philadelphia.